My name is Richard Casper. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I teach the course here at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. This program started basically because after my injuries in war, I didn't know how to deal with myself. I came back, had a brain injury, my best friend was shot and killed. I didn't know myself at that point. Art has helped me by giving me a chance to have a voice again. I used to not be able to leave my house. I couldn't go talk to people. I would physically throw up and get sick. If you could be 0%, that's committing suicide, 100% being the best you can be. After the Marine Corps, after being injured, I was at probably like a 9 or a 10. And after this school, I was back to like 85% me. For people who may struggle like I did and didn't want to break out of the house and be like, I'm not sure if this is going to work, I just want them to know my story and be able to come out here and learn with other combat vets how to do art. And if they're looking for one more way, if they just come out here and give me a chance, it's going to be worth it.
What we were aiming for is to express what we were dealing with, when we were deployed and during our military career, where we literally get out of our element, go on this kind of like alternate reality to go back in time, think about what we went through, and express it to other people.
Just being exposed to different concepts of art, like at the museum and some of the contemporary art we saw, that's what influenced me to try doing a performance piece for my last project.
The opportunity to be at the school was just phenomenal. It was amazing. At lunch, we could go and wander the halls of the museums, and that was pretty awesome.
I think the hardest part was actually talking about what I've been through. It was easy talking to Richard because he is a combat veteran and he has been through stuff I've been through. And
my job was to, go find IEDs or find landmines or anti-personnel landmines and take them apart. And little did I know, I was putting that stuff inside me.
At first, it's a little hard to let yourself become vulnerable. You won't really know what to do right away. It takes a couple days. I know for me, it took a week.
Being surrounded by a bunch of veterans that know what combat feels like, knows the after effects of combat, knows how it feels to come home. It was really comfortable being here.
They're gonna come to class like normal college students, treated like normal people that know how to be like, I can be in college, I am a normal person, and I can live like everybody else lives. If even one of them chose to go to college and study art and has that artist brain to where it saved them, it's totally worth it.
All right, here we are. Got some people on Facebook, on Mixer watching. What's going on? Happy Monday, everyone. Check out the new setup. Got it configured in a really cool way. Gonna do some cool stuff. You can actually see it today. My face is a little dark and a little short, but it's because I got a really cool setup for drawing. What's going on? Just getting my chat set up. We're live on everything. We're good to go. Audio sound good? Testing, testing, testing. Yeah, look at this. Ooh. Check that out. I had, before I start that, I'm going to do some inking of my graphic novel I've been working on. And I've got this wonderful table space, but it fits my papers perfectly. So you'll be able to see me ink, right? And see how it develops over time. My name is Garrett Leo. If this is your first stream with us, I see some people on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, start a watch party right now so that your friends can join. Get some people on here. We just finished last week. We did the long haul of streams and had a full 72 hours. Volume's good. Thanks, John. Full 72 hours worth of streaming, which was super fun. We took a little break from them, but we're back. We're going to be continuing our streams. We've got a lot of things moving. Get things set up for virtual learning, remote learning for veterans and for the community that we've grown. But we'll be streaming every day. We're going to keep it up. So I've been working, if you watched my mini lecture series on graphic novels, I went through and talked about all these pages of this graphic novel I've been working on. And I finally finished it. So I said I wanted to finish it offline. I have 38 pages. I tapped here because that's where I have my number. I have 38 pages of a graphic novel of a story that I wrote. Excuse me. And yeah, we're gonna ink it today. Well, not the whole thing because I've got like a bunch of pages. But like, so example, this is a finished page, right? It's all inked. Now I have been going back and forth between wanting to redraw some of this. Had a conversation with my dad over there. I'll show this as I'm flipping through it, just kind of get an idea of where I'm at. I talked to my dad over the weekend, and he was like, "No, you gotta leave it because that's the original." So I think I'm set. The first half is inked. See, I'm editing some, so I'll have to ink that today. I put in a new page here, so I'll have to ink that. And then that scene's done. And then I've got all these papers. It's probably about like 15, 20 pictures. We're going to ink them. We'll do it one at a time. So if anyone has any questions as I'm working today, just drop them in the comments. I'll start with this one. Just get a little warm up with this little drawing. Now, I thought it'd be good. Be working on this, indefinitely until I finish it. But I will be doing a how to scan your art that you make and put it into Photoshop and edit it. I'll be doing that Friday. So if anyone's interested in, I do a lot of ink drawing, just black and white. If you want to learn how to take line art or any type of drawing and scan it and put it in your computer and edit it if you have Photoshop, I'll be going over my process on Friday. So a quick review for people, if you're watching this for the first time, you haven't seen this paper. This is a Bristol paper I'm working on. Now, this blue is a non-photo blue pencil. So what that means is I sketch it all out in this pencil that's, it kind of looks like a blue colored pencil. It's right here. But it doesn't, when I scan it on a computer, the blue goes away. It's really easy to get rid of, and then you don't have to worry about it. And I'm going to be going over that Friday, how to take an image like this that you ink and then scan it so that the blue disappears. I'll be doing that Friday. So I sketch it with a blue, non-photo blue pencil on Bristol paper. So I've got an example of the Bristol type of paper right here, right? But it'd obviously be a lot bigger. That's for a playing card set of paper I got. And then I'll be using, I used to use quill tip pens and like ink, but I found it's too messy and I get way more line variations with these Microns. It's going to be hard to show it because my lights are all down here. Hold on. Ooh, bright. So I've got these Micron pens. Check that out. So they're all different line weights. So I actually put this little cup together so that I can see on the top they've got the different sizes. I don't know if you can see that. They got all those numbers on there. I just got this in the mail today. This brand new Presto whiteout set. I'm going to turn this. Whew. Look at that. There we go. That's a nice warm light. Wow. Magic. My lighting setup. All right, turn that down so I'm not blinded. Tighten it. Okay. So, this will be for if I make mistakes, I can just white out it, and it's like a big pen. So you shake it up. It's like a paint pen. Okay, super cool stuff. And then I do have my container of ink. I will only be using this. I have it kind of open if I need to fill a lot of black space, but I also have these ink brush pens. Boom, check this out. Right, it's got the little cartridge in there. Make sure that's set. So this will be good for filling in a lot of black area. And then that's it. So let's get inking. Hoping to finish this stuff relatively soon, so I can start scanning it. Can you see that? Kinda. Do I want to try to move this down? No, I'll just leave it like this. Someone's auto-hosting me. Thank you, Porsche. That's what's up. All right, let's just ink it. You can see it. It's better than before. When I was talking about this comic in that little lecture, I was trying to decide, am I going to keep the old school drawing style that I had, or did I want to redo it all? I ended up keeping it. I did like a hybrid. So the characters are still kind of cartoony, but I have done a couple panels where they're very detailed and grotesque, like my other drawings. So this is right, very cartoony. Let me show it. That guy. And then I did this drawing for the 8th of May of Lemmy, right? Totally different drawing style. Still very similar, but way more detailed when I do things now. So I've been kind of keeping both true. My perspective has gotten a lot better for drawing, right? Like the way I draw where these characters are at has gotten better. So that's been good, and I think has benefited my my graphic novel for sure. There's a little hint, put a little G's in there. So this page isn't gonna be that interesting to watch because most of it's inked. But when I start the other one, you'll be able to see it really come together. I'm working on this. I've been recording my videos, kind of similar to this setup, and I'll record it and keep the paper stationary. And I'm going to do these time-lapse videos. Got inspired by Zachary's time-lapse videos he did. Okay, boom, got this balding guy. So I've been doing these recordings of me drawing. I'm excited to post those on my Instagram. I'll be doing that soon. I reached out to one of my best friends. He is a musician, and I asked him to do some soundtrack for it because I realized I was going online and finding royalty-free music. It's all garbage. I don't want that stuff. So I asked my friend, I was like, would you be willing to make me some music, some background music, some jam? He plays guitar and everything else. So I asked him to make me some guitar or just some jamming music, some jam session. And he said, sure. So that reminds me, I got to text him today and ask, where's the music at? Just kidding. But for real. Asking about the music so that I can upload some videos. Now, if you notice how I'm drawing, I'm just doing an outline of things first. The blue pencil is a suggestion. I call this an adult coloring book right now. I mean, it's pretty much what it is. Because I'm just kind of tracing my old drawings and adding new stuff. New details, meaning. Yeah, it's always important to look at the other pages and see if they make sense. That's what I'm doing. When I look this way, need some mad sick jams. Yeah, so someone talked about it. I can talk about it more. My friend plays Beach Boy, moody Beach Boy music. It's really good. Check out his Instagram or check him out on Spotify. I was gonna play it today, but then all of our audio gets flagged on Facebook and YouTube, so I can't do that. If you want to listen to some music that I'm getting inspired by for my drawings, check out his band, The In Between Days. Plug for him. They've got it on Spotify, so go look that up right now. I'll type it in the chat. So that's his music. Go follow them on Spotify. Let's see. Go check that out on Spotify. I think I said that about 20 times. But I made him a playlist. But I really like the way Tarantino music from his movies, like the surfer rock stuff, Kyle. So I gave him a bunch of music of songs that I liked that were like surfer rock things, and then I told him, imagine if Johnny Cash did a cover of the Munsters theme. That's the type of music that I want in my videos. And he said, I got you. So he got me. Right? That's what friends are for, doing a little collaborating. He was trying to pawn off the job to someone else. I was like, no, I want you to do it, sir. I want to collab with my boy. The other benefit of working with pens that I've noticed is, I don't smudge it as much. Is that tape on there? It is tape on there. Can't have that there. Okay. Does he have hair on it? Of course I put hair on his arms. Okay. Tape that back up. I did a drawing for my mother and grandmother yesterday for Mother's Day. I drew Nosferatu and Elvis Presley. Let me show you that. Oh, don't read my text. Texting Richard. Check this out. You'll be able to see it. I'll turn my brightness up. Clean off my phone screen. Oh! I'm going to post this on my gram soon. Can you see that? Focus. Should I turn the brightness down? Would that make it refocus? Turn the brightness down, maybe. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can see it. So it was a Nosferatu that I drew. Super cool. Posted on my gram. And then I did Elvis Presley. 70s Elvis Presley, obviously. Had to. I looked up pictures of him and I was like, how am I going to draw this baby-faced Elvis with the way I draw? And I was like, oh wait, the 70s. Get the sideburns and the glasses. Now which way would his arm be? Maybe it's this way. Yep. I like people pointing. Just drawing. People that are watching, we have quite a few people watching right now. Thanks for joining us. What are you all doing today? You can see in the background of my desk I've got quite a few projects started. I actually was just in the alley next to my apartment. I was taking pictures of my clowns that I painted. I think I did a stream of painting one of them. But I painted, I do ceramic sculpture, if you don't know that already. And I painted some of my sculptures to make them have clown makeup on. Super fun. But I was in the alley taking pictures of them. Oh man, I did do gross nails on them and stuff. Alright. Hold up. There's the one. Nope, where's the one? There it is. And little hand textures. So you can get a nice variation of lines this way. Having the pens, the ink pen, you can't really get really detailed, but oh well. Where's a 2? That'd be good for this glass. And then having to look at, or having to draw a comic that I started while ago. I got to go back and look and see how I drew things. So let me pull up another page. Where's the glass? Okay. Just did like a... like that. A little something like that. Put a little liquor in it. Little reflections. You look like glass. That works. Sorry for you to see. I'll show it every once in a while when I do little stuff like that. Boom. Get my pen out. Do his hair. Right? Now he's got, that looks good. He's got some slicked hair on the sides, thinning on top. A little Tony Soprano looking. Put his little neck rolls in there. Some chest hair. I don't think I drew that anywhere else. Right. Boom. Check that out. All right, I'll go in there. What's that one? See, now I'm set to finish this thing because all I have to do is color it. Right, all I gotta do is ink it and it's done. Right. Some hair in there. I gotta figure out. Always good to use your own self as reference. Tool one. Excited to when I'm done, I'll scan this and make it into a little graphic novel. That nasty nail in there. Like that. It's got a little hand. This is a scene that I changed quite a bit. Not only did I redo, like, there's the original one, right? But then I redrew it and tried to make more sense of where they're at. That was something that I really struggled with when I started this, was just like the environment that they're in. This was one scene that was really rough to look at. So I chopped up quite a bit of it and redrew it. And just try to make it make more sense. Right, when you look around a scene, it's real important to make sure that people know what they're looking at. They can't tell where things are. They don't care. So I'm really happy with the new parts of the book. Really happy with the drawings that I did and the environments and stuff. What does this door look like? I think it's, yeah. That's him. I'm gonna suggest that the floor is made out of wood. Don't want to have to draw all of it though. Put some dots on there to suggest nails in the floor. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Boom, and some hair texture right there. Right, slowly coming together. Maybe I'll prop this up so you can see it well. I don't really know if I have anything that'll prop like that though. We'll leave it. Tell me if it's too far away. Kyle will complain. No, too far away, I can't see it. Boom. Anyone have any questions? I don't have much to talk about when I'm just working on this. I said very excited for Friday's stream. I'll be doing some Photoshop demonstrations. I made that go up too much. Yeah, too much. Just go like that. All right, now you'll be able to see me use the whiteout because I messed up. And I dropped my pen. Look at that. Boom, and it's gone. Check that out. Mistake has been averted. Okay. Boom. All right. Throw a little tie. And then I can draw right on top of that ink, or that whiteout. No biggie. Boom. Inked. Set. Draw a stage in the background now. There texture. There is not texture on the stage. Different pen. I'll move up here. Let's see it a little bit better. Okay, and I think I added, yep, I added little texture to it. Make it look, I think it's made out of a, like heavy cloth or something. Like that, like so. Now, do I want to add lights to the stage? Where could I add lights? Again, as I'm doing this, yeah, I like that. As I'm doing this, I'm revising my old drawings. Right, here's one of the finished ones, but I've got the stage here that I will add those lights now. Okay, that looks good. Do I have any other? Yep, I do. Another page with it. Boom. You can't see that. I'll move it up. I put those little lights on the stage shining. All right. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to add some lines to the table. To just suggest the surface has some details to it. Nothing crazy. Okay. And I'll even add to this back wall like a cracked plaster wall. I'm adding just some little tiny specks of texture. Again, just to define this area a little bit more. Boom. See, in between days. Okay. This looks done. Yes. All right, let's go to a fresh page. Just looking at it one last time. I think I'm gonna ink the back of the stage black because they're not on, he's not on yet, Freddy. Always trying to find a good balance in your frame layout, right? These little boxes, these little frames. You want things to balance out. Oh, you can't see that. You want things to balance out with, like it's very white right here. So I almost need more black in there, and I'm trying to think of a place that I could add more black to it. I'm gonna add. I gotta color his straps black. That might help it out. Because if it's too white, I'll figure out a place to add black. And that's only for, like, because I'm doing a black and white drawing, I'm not adding any grays. You just gotta think about your balance between black and white. That looks better. Just looking at it, see if I can add it anywhere else. No, I think that's good. Oh, there should have been tables behind him. Oh no. Do I want to make the floor black? Will that pay off? I'm gonna make the floor black. Let's see. Let's see if it works. We'll do a floor black and make it like lightly to the top. We'll do a little shading. This might pay off. And then I'll add emphasis to the characters and not the stuff behind them. Yeah, I'll do that. That looks good. Can you see it? I'm not even working in the zone you can see. Whoops. So I'm mimicking this scene where it's all black behind him. I'm just doing it early on. So this is actually page 1 of this scene. Not page 1 of the book, but of this scene. It is. I'm going to switch to my fancy ink pen. Oh, is this dry? Does this out? No. Where's my other one? Here it is. There we go. All right, now we're gonna do a 5. Do I want the whole thing black? I'm working onto the zone again. I'm gonna do some hatching, some cross hatching. To darken it. I decided to make the whole thing black. You can't even, I keep moving it. There we go. remove the tape. Oops. There we go. I like that. That way you don't know what's going on yet, right? So that brings a little bit more balance to the composition. Ooh, you know what? No, I'm gonna do the whole thing black because, and this is just thinking through a graphic novel, right? When you look in, you first see this bar, see the focus on their conversation at the bar. And then this scene, there's a little light on. There's a little light on like where the stage is lit up, so you know that the focus is going to the stage. Then when they finally show off the bar where they're at, you see the stage and all the details behind it. I like that. I like that. Now, do I want to leave the screen? No, I'm going all black. All black. Maybe just maybe could just cut this guy out and put him right over that picture. We'll see. I'm gonna use the ink. Uh-oh. Wasn't supposed to ink over that bubble. I'll have to white out it. Okay, put this aside, put that there. Grab my studio rag, clean that ink. Okay. Sweet. This will go here. Put a little bit of this white out to fix that bubble. Alright, so then it goes like so. Boom. Okay. Start on a new one. Just put it there. Now I've got a brand new blue page. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink the boxes, not using a ruler, just gonna freehand it. I did that for when I first did this comic, so I want to keep it consistent. So there's a little bit of difference of the page, right? Start with that. I'll actually do it to the whole page first. Just kind of get those borders drawn. The space in between each frame, right? The boxes are called frames. Again, is called the gutter. I have pretty thin gutters. I do have my speech bubbles are going in and out of the panels. I actually have this really close up of the peanuts that the boss is eating. I have that so you can see like it breaks into this frame. Just interesting things you can do to keep your like the overall page composition dynamic. Right, just slowly starting that page up. This was the original dialogue I had in there. I felt like it was just too cut short and like didn't make a lot of sense. It was forcing a lot. So I added this whole other page of just basically detail shots of the two characters so that I could extend that conversation and really add some context as to who they were and why they were where they were at. I realized I did not break this one up. I will do that now. And use my Presto to white out. Now I could edit a lot of this stuff with the Presto. If I remember what I have to edit out, I can do it when I scan the image and change it in Photoshop. But this is just a quick way to make sure it's done. Okay, so step one for a comic page is you outline all of the boxes. That's at least what I do. And then you go in. And now I'm going to actually do the speech bubbles first because I'm using the same graphic. This is the graphic 1, the large pen size. Now I might have to change these bubble shapes once I start adding the dialogue. I do have it. I actually typed it up in a Word doc. And that made it easier for me to like develop a more natural sounding conversation because I was able to erase and like change what the responses were. Again, that was something that I felt in the original script for, I keep calling it a script, I don't know what else to call it. The original dialogue for this graphic novel, it was just like not good. To put it in a nice way. Just wasn't good. I wrote it. So I can call it not good. Anyone could call it not good. It wasn't good. Needed a little bit more finessing. Boom, getting all those speech bubbles done. Oh, I like that. You see it there? No, there you go. Boom. Dialogue bubbles done. And I did think, when I originally did it, I did a typed, like I made my own font type to type with on a computer. So none of the actual dialogue, as you can see on the first page, is written in, it's just written in blue, right? But I will go back and handwrite everything this time. I think I'm just going to do it with the graphic pen and just write it in with my own handwriting. I feel like that's just what it needs to have. You can type it. Right? You get a font and add it in Photoshop. I just feel like after I did it, it just wasn't what I wanted. All right, so we'll do this basket. Okay, so when you're drawing, I'm a righty. I should start left and work right so that I don't smear it. I tend to want to draw the thing on the right for some reason, and then I end up smearing it. So left first. Let's do this portrait. So he's a little bit closer to the camera. I'll need to use some thicker pens. If you haven't heard me say it before, when you do any drawing, lines that are thicker they look closer. They look like they're closer to you. Lines that are thinner look farther away. So as figures get closer to the camera in the scene, you'll need to draw with thicker lines. Right when they're closer. So I'm using a 5 right now. Ooh, look at those people on Facebook chime in. If you're watching right now and you're like actively watching, some people put it on and watch stuff in their background. That's cool too. Where are these people coming from? Where are you watching the stream at? From my comics, again, I just do the letter G. It's my name, Garrett, but I put the G in the ears. Show you that both ways. It looks like the inside of an ear for a cartoon. How did I do the hair? Oh, I just did this. Okay. No one commented. Where are you people? Where are you people watching me from? I'm curious. Let me know. Alright, just slowly working on that. And some shirt details. Right, he's wearing a white collared shirt, but put some folds in there and stuff. right? Slow details. Piano. Someone just told me where they're watching from. Right on. Cool. There it is. The hair texture, my favorite part. Uh-oh. Someone's calling me. Do I answer? Let's see who it is. Hello? Solicitors! Boom, there's the hair. Okay. Add some more. More details to his face. Do I want that whole background black? Yes. I do. I think. Yeah, I do. The whole background's gonna be black. Here we go. And get. Is Richard asked if that's Pritzker. No, it's not Pritzker. Check him out though. Ain't Pritzker. Haterade. Thank you for joining us, Richard. We are inking. I finished one panel. Now I'm working on this one. Someone just give me some sparks. Is it Richard? Yeah, I am rad. Thank you. Oh, Lord. Lots of sparks. Thank you. The one thing with using the liquid India ink is... oh my God. Sending me so many sparks. Thank you. Get to the next level. Good Lord. The one thing with using the India ink for when you're putting a lot of black on is it dries slower than the pens if you're using both. So this panel, once I'm done inking it with this brush and ink, I'll have to like leave it alone because it'll need to dry or I'll smear it. India ink will stain whatever you're wearing, and it smears very easily. I think I messed it up, people. I think he's supposed to be back at the bar already. Goober. Whatever, we'll leave it. I think that's what it was supposed to be, though. Do I want to leave? I'm just going to finish it. I might as well. I've already committed to it. I originally planned for... See, usually I make notes. I didn't make notes on this one. Oh, well. I was going to make the background the bar. I might go back in and change it. We'll see. I could Photoshop it in. But that means I got to make it all black now. So what I'll do to fix this, I'm just going to commit to the black right now. If I don't like it, I'll change it, but I think I'll definitely change it. Timmy's come back, hosting me, thank you. I wanted the background of this panel to be this, right, where you can see these bottles. So what I'll do is I'll literally just take, I'll just like draw another set of them. I could probably even just take that, cut it out, and then Photoshop it behind him. We'll see. We'll see. All good. No mistakes. Can you see that? There we go. Oh, see? I smeared it. Told you I would. Timmy! White out that little smear. Okay. All good. Separate. Thank you for the sparks. Okay. Where's my one? My one. We'll do this little basket now. Like that. Draw these nasty fingers now. Gross. Look at those fingers. That thumb. Now to draw the peanuts. Look like Cheetos almost. You still see that? Yeah, it's perfect. There we go. Okay. Bowl of peanuts. I'm gonna Google the texture of peanuts real quick. Peanuts. Make sure it's accurate. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So we'll do like a trust me, it'll look like the texture in a second, in a moment. Okay. Does that look like peanuts? Yeah, I guess it does. That's what it looks like. Look like leaves. Oh well. Just adding some lines for the peanuts. Okay. See, I like that texture better, and I did it on one peanut. Look at those leaves I drew. Time to white out. Time to fix it. Do I just white out the whole thing? I might. All that hard work for nothing. I'm gonna leave it. Best thing to do when you get frustrated with something is just leave it alone. Come back to it. So we'll leave the peanuts for now. I'll work on the next guy. My phone just went off. Hold on. Emily's in the other room making fun of my leaves that I drew. Look at them. They look like leaves. I'll fix them. That one looks right. The only one that isn't all of them. I'll fix them. She sent me a cool gift, though. Look at this. She sent me this gif. Laughing at my leaves. How rude. How rude indeed. Switching to a graphic. Uh-oh, someone else is calling me. Let's see who it is. Another telemarketer? Why is it unfocused? Hold up. Focus. Why isn't it focusing? Hold on. Hello? It's the same people. Is it too bright? It was working fine. Now it's blurry. There we go. Boom. Okay. Let me add my bar. That was my chair. Sorry about my squeaky chair. Boom! If you're on Facebook, start a watch party right now, and people can see. I'm working on the peanuts again. Watch parties get more viewers. Do that, please. Get more people in here. Ask me some questions. Ask me about these leaves that I drew. Ridiculous. Should have tested the pattern before I drew it on all of them. It's okay. That's why I just got this brand new. Is this the one that I got today? People are watching like, I just watched you add that texture for like 10 minutes and now you're just going to erase it all? Yep. Sorry, I messed it up. Let me just do it. I'll fix it. Watch the new texture take like 2 seconds. Now, if I did have white ink once upon a time. That's really good for inking a lot of spots, but the stuff that I had dried up because I bought when I initially did this comic when I was like doing a lot of ink drawings. It's like 2017, 2018. It's been a few years. And this one that I had, this little whiteout pen, the one that I originally bought then has just dried up. That's why I had to get these 2 new ones. I'll get rid of the leaves that I made. That's ridiculous. Thought it would look good. Now they're going to have a weird texture, but it's okay. Oh, shake with cap on. Who would have known I'd be using all of my whiteout for one drawing of a bowl of peanuts? Can you see that? No. I'll move it there. Oh, I have it on the... Am I frozen on Mixer? No. Okay. I can't believe these. Okay. Peanuts have been erased. I'll fix them now. I'm not going to do that right away, though. I'm going to go back to drawing down here so that 5 gallons of whiteout that I just added can dry. Okay. Boom. Oh, I can't block my chat. Mr. 2 said no. What was the nope to? Was it the leaves? Throwback to when I drew the, that reminds me of like my greatest hiccups with drawings. When I did the toy soldier print, you can find it on my Instagram, what I'm about to talk about. I drew one of the hands on the guitar, like the fingers go back this way, right, when you hold a guitar, but I had the fingers going the other way, and they looked like a bunch of pickles because the color of the soldier was green. Terrible. You're not frozen on Mixer. Thank you, Kyle. When I was on mine, it like wasn't working. But yeah, so I did my I looked the fingers on the toy soldier look like a bunch of pickles. So I have drawn worse things in my days. The peanuts will be fixed. Okay, so I'm gonna use this page as a reference, as will be next to me, but I got to draw those bottles behind the bar. So I'm just going to kind of assess how I want those bottles. I think I'm just going to draw, like that's pretty flat, like just straight on. Focus, camera. Focus. Focus. Why does it want to focus? There we go. My hand away. Cool. Maybe it's just that light's too bright. I'll turn it down. There we go. Is that better? Yeah, it's way better. Is it still I can't tell if it's blurry or my eyes are just blurry. No, that looks focused to me. Okay. So I'll just do the bottles. I think I'll do some straight lines across. I will use my cool tool that you won't be able to see it, but sorry about that. This is a T-square, so this will go on the edge of my table, right? It's a little, it's got that little lip. Go on the edge of my table and make a straight line. And I'll do one row right in the middle. And then I'll do one towards the top. To hint at another row of bottles. Yes, indeed. there's my 2 shelves. I will color those solid black because they did originally. Boom. That's satisfying. Oh, I didn't put one there. I'll eyeball it. No, and I didn't put, I'll do that right there. Okay. Those crazy peanuts. I used to not be able to draw hands at all. I mean, it's up to debate if I can draw them now, but before it was horrendous. And now the new joke is going to be drawing peanuts. Okay. My 2 bars. Ooh, someone just followed me. Follow CreatiVets. Me, part of CreatiVets. Thank you. We appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to draw these bottles now. I'm going to use a 5 to draw the bottles. Right, again, using this as a reference. That's just over there. Maybe I'll put this. Yeah, I'll put it like. Yeah. I remember when I first did this, this was such a pain. Just drawing these random bottles. Right, just like that, and some background. John said, nice, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, there's 1 row, and then I'll have to add the little labels and the glass detail. That'll be easy, though. We'll start about here. No specific bottle in mind. Just drawing some bottle shapes. Ooh, maybe I'll have some bottles overlapping. I haven't done that. Just rows and rows of bottles. This is the time-consuming part of graphic novels, just the backgrounds. All the little details you gotta draw. Oh, Captain Morgan Cannonball right there. Oh! Another row. I remember when I drew this because I had so many frames with this background in it. At first it was like, oh, this is cool. And it was very quickly, wow, this is terrible drawing it for the 500th time. Okay. Done. Just kidding. Now I gotta do the other parts. What was that? A 5? Switching to an 8. Can I get an 8? Can I get an 8 in the chat, please? All right. Now we'll do just some quick labels. So I'll just add all the labels first. Maybe some won't have labels. Just kidding. I put labels on all of them before. Again, keeping it consistent with my initial drawings. No, that wasn't a bottle. Got to get the white out. Got to get the white out. Boom, look at those bottles coming alive. Thank you, Mr. 2, for sending me an 8 in the chat. He's like, what? It was because I needed that size and I couldn't find it. If you were curious. All right. A little whiteout. My favorite tool, white out that spot. Okay, let's see how I did. I just put like random scribbles on it. So I did a 5 for the bottle. We'll do a 3 for the information written on there with some random. Really, I'm just scribbling on the labels. Making it look like something's written on there. Maybe there's a picture. Right? You get the idea. Right? We want to suggest that these bottles have brands. I'm not that insane where I'm going to draw all those labels. Isn't that cool? I got like a ghost of a character here. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted, I could spend 5 hours drawing all those bottles, but I don't want to do that. It's not the focus is not the background. So the more detailed the background is, the more people are going to look everywhere. I want it to be very clear. That's why I do these big panels of just black when I want the focus just on the character. So that's it. All right, I'll use the Micron brush. Now I just added some like reflections in the bottles. So it's like a dark bar, but there is some sort of reflection on there. I have to add the texture to the bottom of the bottles, like that little grip. Just like when I draw the glasses they drink out of, it's all got this like negative being the opposite of the positive bottle reflection. Right? So those bottles are a little bit more dynamic now. Right. Put some on the stems, the necks of the bottle. All right, now I'll use a 2 and add the bottom, just like a couple lines to suggest it's got a gripped bottom, right, or a little groove in the mold of the glass so that it doesn't fall over. I see a couple spots where I forgot. That's a whole bottle with no label, whatever. The one bottle. There you go. Boom. See, now I've got a background of all those bottles. Cool work. Thank you. Appreciate it. What was that on Twitch? Thank you for joining us. working on a graphic novel. Doing the backgrounds of a bar scene right now. Got some text. Pause. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the peanuts. Let's fix it. All right. So I'm gonna do. Let's fix these leaves. I'm gonna do a quick outline of them with the one that is the size of this pen I'm using. It's the what's it called? The graphic, right? Because it's super thick. Oh, I forgot. Look at that. I didn't get that line. I'll get you. Bye-bye. Okay. Let's see if I don't turn these into leaves again. All right. We'll use a 5. So I just did like just subtle. Suggesting a texture, not drawing the texture. It's really weird drawing on this whiteout, but it's working. Oh, I just drew in the whiteout. Oh well. Yes, this is looking like peanuts now. If you just joined, see some people jumping on a mixer. My name is Garrett. I'm the art director for CreatiVets. Doing some art streams this week. I am working on a graphic novel. So if you have any questions about, how to start a graphic novel or what a graphic novel is or what I'm working on specifically, drop me a comment and I will answer. Put some more peanuts in there. Make it look like it's a full basket. Okay. That part's a little butchered. That looks really good though. Alright. I'm going to show it off. People that were here earlier can be like, wow, that's so amazing compared to what it did look like. Those look like peanuts. Right? Or do they still look like leaves? You can tell me they still look like leaves. And guess what? I won't do anything about it because I'm going to leave it like that because I like it like that. Look at that. Peanuts. He's grabbing one. And them nasty fingers. Alright, so I'm going to ink the background on that with black. And see, I'm jumping from frame to frame. Ooh. Please don't smudge all those lines, Garrett. Please. So I'm jumping from frame to frame. You could go one at a time. I think it's just a focus thing with me. I could draw for hours. Like, what time is it now? Yeah, it's already been 2 hours I've been streaming, and I've only done half of a page. That's how graphic novels are. I know when I started this project, I was at school, and the professor that was, my professor for the class, was talking about how he had a graphic novel, and he hadn't finished it because it's just, you got to commit that time to it. I'm going to add some Yeah, look at that. Some like little texture to the nails. Gross. I'm going to use the brush and ink. Ooh, man, I got to carry it a long way. It's all good. And again, I'm using an India ink. When you use India ink, it takes a while for it to dry. So when you paint big spots, big areas like this, just be careful that you don't touch it because it'll stain whatever you got, and then it'll smudge and smear, and it'll destroy your artwork, and you'll have to do what I just did for those peanuts and white out the whole thing or just start over. Is it still focused on this? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Anyone thinking of starting a graphic novel now? The fingers look just as gross as the peanuts. Should I? Yeah, I'll get rid of this one. Trying to make sense of the artwork, like what the fingers are. That makes more sense if I erase that one. Okay. So again, when I have these big panels of black backgrounds, I'm trying to add emphasis to whatever is in the image. So it's right, the fingers grabbing the peanuts. The peanuts are the emphasis. Right, that little tiny moment amongst this conversation they're having of him eating the peanuts being the details. All right, well, I got like 10 minutes on here. I'm gonna keep working on this all day. I've got 38 pages to ink, so let me just take a pause to tell you what else is going on this week. Where's my? There we go. Take a pause. If you have any questions for me, now's the time, now that I'm not inking and focused on that. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. So, let you know what's going on this week. Alright, so tomorrow Emily will be doing some wheel throwing. So if you want to learn how to do some closed form wheel throwing, she'll be demoing tomorrow. We'll also have songwriting. Nothing going on Wednesday. Thursday we'll be doing, so I'll be working, I'll do another day of inking, graphic novel. Maybe I'll do a small image or some mixed media stuff too. I've got this birdhouse. I don't know if you can see it in the thing because my window's covering it, but I got this birdhouse I got to finish at some point. We would do an open-ended art day, and then Friday I'll be doing some Photoshop editing. So I'll show you how to take an image like this, an ink drawing, put it in a computer, and then turn it into a digital file. I think we will have a morning workout Friday, some more songwriting Friday, and then Miss Zoe F 5 will also be on Thursday, to be determined what she will be working on. A little shout out to that. So I'm going to keep going. But I just figured I'd take a moment to tell you what else is going on this week. Okay, so put that away so you can just focus on this thing. I'm going to ink the boss man now, and then this bottom part will need to be black. So again, thinking about the whole page, this was designed to be black here. I planned for that. Thank you, Mr. 2, sending me some sparks. This was supposed to be the back of the bar. So I might go in there and make a drawing of it. I don't have to white out the whole thing, so I might just like cut that out. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Because right now it just looks too blank. It needs something there. Maybe I'll draw negatively with the whiteout. We'll see how that goes. And then down here, these will both be black. Or no, this could be black and then bottles. Yeah, bottles, black. Just thinking about the overall page composition. Okay. Let's draw the guy. I'll finish this page. I'll go over a little bit. No one going on after me. So I'll finish this page today. And then yeah. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. Stay tuned if you want to see some of those painted clowns that I did. I'll post one of those on my gram today. What's this, 3? Can I get a 5 in the chat? 5? I'll be posting a picture of that on my Instagram today. If you're interested in seeing that Nosferatu or Elvis drawing that I did for Mother's Day, I will also be posting that this week, but I wanted to get some sculptures on there first because I had been meaning to post those. Now this is something else. When I was drawing it, my character design ability has gotten way better. Like keeping the characters consistent in like their physical features, as well as like developing characters that aren't the same thing over and over again. Do the hair. So that was the one thing that when I started this project back up and I wanted to finish this graphic novel, I had to decide, do I want to redraw all of it or stick with what I have? I've kind of done both. Like I said, this page is in addition to the original pages, but I felt like the conversation needed to be extended a little bit more. But on those pages I've been able to redevelop these characters. Oh, someone's buzzing my door. I'm not expecting anyone. All right, big nose. Here we go. Okay. And I remember I did it because it's just how I drew. But these like really cartoony almost faces. Zachary is on. Now it's entertaining. Zachary, you want to hop on this stream? You Skype me right now. I'll bring you in. Skype me right now. I'll pull you in for the last little bit. We can talk. The least detailed drawings are easier to keep drawing, so it's encouraging to keep working on multiple pages. If I did all of the drawings again like this comic book would take me forever, this graphic novel. So again, that's why I decided to keep the original style of art more cartoony. You wouldn't let me lose some, but it allows me to do more in here. Was that a no on the Skype call, Zachary? You don't want to talk to me? You don't want to join in? We can talk about the peanuts that I messed up. He's not responding. But yeah, I feel like I got better at drawing environments. That was the one thing with this scene. Is just so all over the place with like, you can't really tell how big the bar is. And that was just from like my initial drawings. So the new scenes, you can definitely tell. And then even with the characters, just like their bodies are still cartoony, but a little bit more anatomically somewhat there. Zachary said, "My boy," and then left. Just breaking the heart like that, Zachary. That's whatever. Can I get a graphic 1 in the chat? There it is. Found it. Okay. He's got his tie like all sorts of messed up. There we go. It's coming together. My foot fell asleep the way I'm sitting. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, 1, use that. A little bit of chest hair peeking out there. Okay. Alright, slowly coming together. I gotta keep remembering to put it there so you can see it. I use an 8. The face is a little further away. The arms are closer. Use an 8 for the... Oh, look at that. Eight for the arms. Okay. These gross little hands that these characters have. Whatever. Like really small. Look at that. Does he have small hands in any other scene? Got a pinky ring on. What hand is that? The right hand? Alright. Hold on. I'm trying to... That'll work. Again, I told you I can't draw hands that well. Doesn't stop me from trying. Alright, now I'll go in with a really small one. We'll do a 1. An 01. Add the knuckles and stuff. Fingernails. And we'll draw the peanut. Cool. Use a 03 for the teeth. I'll show his top and does he has facial hair. He's got some 5 o'clock shadow. So I'll add that in there. Again, continuity. Making sure the old drawings line up with the new ones. Got some facial hair going on. Boom. You can't see that. Let me hold it up. I did a lot of little details. Right, like that. Big boy sitting in the chair. Okay, we'll do some, what do I got? An 03? Yeah. Some arm hair. Going all sorts of directions. Okay. Take a graphic. And color in my suspenders. The other thing I learned to do a lot better is like reflections and having like black things on top of black things where you got to leave space. Sorry, I'm sniffly. I got better at just like making reflections on black surfaces. Before they're just like they don't make a lot of sense. Same thing with hair, like slicked black hair. I got so much better at drawing it because I just drew it up a bunch. So there's some pictures of Freddy, the main character, that I want to redo. Use one to clean up that little spot. Take my graphic. Go right up to the fingers. Right? So his fingers are a little gross looking, but you know, so is the rest of the drawing. Okay, so he's sitting on a chair. I'll add a little. Need a bigger one than that. Use a 5. A little seat cushion there. So now all this background part for the bar is going to be black, because originally I had done that. Oh, continuity. Ooh, look at Facebook popping off. What's going on, Facebook people? Who's watching? Drop a name. Where are you watching from, if you don't want to drop your name? Again, if you're watching on Facebook, start a little watch party. More people will join. I think I scared them away. 2 people hopped off after I said hi. Scary. This is the part that takes a long time. Now what I could have done, which would have been interesting, like I have this overlap here with the Aunt Debbie. Hi. I have this overlap here going in another frame. I could have had these bottles up here going into the top frame. I might go back in and change that. That'd be pretty interesting to see all those bottles. Debbie Sue, tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Working on a graphic novel. The 1 page that I did today. Or half a page. Almost a whole page. And going in with some India ink. This stuff's great to use, but again, just be careful that you don't touch it, because it'll smear and smudge. and it stays wet a long time. So just be careful. And again, I might have to come in here and change the size of these voice bubbles. I think I mapped it out according to what I had written. Again, I typed that up in like a Word doc. So I think my text should fit no problem. Again, another continuity thing. I'm just gonna check and make sure the seats, the seats are white, so I don't have to worry about that. All right, putting this down. Use my fancy pen. Go on that last part because the fancy pen has a really nice. Oh, where is it? Really sharp point. And I need that for these little areas. Right? So that panel's done. Oh, hold on, not done. Got his buttons to his shirt. Had some wrinkles about them. Alright, maybe his shirt's tightly tucked. Use my whiteout to get rid of that one. I didn't like that one. Okay, let me get a little close up. So we got our bowl of peanuts. Got our sad boy. We got this pretty cool bar scene. If I do say so myself. Do two more. People are still watching. People on Facebook jumping out. What's going on Facebook? Start a watch party. 2 people on Mixer. I got someone on every platform. Thank you for watching. I like the overhead cam. If you watch my other ones, I think it's pretty big improvement in the setup. Okay. Yeah, definitely need to make that. I'm going to have to make that bottles. So maybe I'll try doing it with the whiteout. That sounds painful, but I'll try it. So this will be a black background. This will be a bottle background. Let's get to it. So these, again, the faces are closer. So I have been drawing with no 3. I'm gonna draw with a 05. Man, I need some snacks. Ooh, I'm gonna grab some grapes. I have them on my table. Hold on one second. Take a look at that. Give me a second. Don't leave. I didn't want to bring the bowl in, so I grabbed a couple. Has anyone ever had cotton candy? Oh, you can't even see them. It does those. Cotton candy grapes from Mariano's. Now it's an ASMR video of me eating grapes. Let me text Zachary. I said, Skype in on this stream. Get him on here. I'll talk to him real quick. Should have interviews while I'm drawing. Okay. I said I was going to start with an 05. Give myself a little room. I'm going to turn up my lights a little bit. I'm losing some daylight. No. This one? Yes. Okay. Okay. Am I smearing stuff? No. It was already there. He's outside on a walk. I'm gonna send him a sad face. Put the G's in the ears. I'm going to use an 8. Can I get an 08 in the chat? For the hair. Does he have sideburns? Continuity, people. He doesn't, but he's got a little bit. Okay. Looks good. Keep the show going with the 8. Anyone playing any good video games? I even changed how I draw suits. I got a little bit more, like, technical, not technical, but like accurate with them. So even that has changed. So like just the anatomy of a suit. Yeah. So Debbie asked, "Do you ever listen to music when I draw?" I love listening to music when I draw. When I stream, if I put music on, Facebook will block the audio if it's music that it recognizes, which is any music. And YouTube will block the audio if it catches any music. That's a great question, Debbie. That is the one downfall of streaming on Facebook and YouTube, is that they catch the copyrights. Can I get an authorization from... I was talking about David's band In Between Days earlier. Can I get an authorization from David to play In Between Days? That'd be good. But yes, I usually listen to, depending on what I'm drawing, I'll change the music. So I actually did it yesterday. I never really paid attention to the fact that I do it. But yesterday for Mother's Day, I drew Elvis for my grandma, and I drew Nosferatu for my mother. So when I drew Nosferatu, I listened to some old Halloween music, like vintage Halloween music. And then when I drew the Elvis, I listened to Elvis. So yeah, usually I listen to music. I've got my apartment. For those of you that have not been in my apartment, no one has. I just moved. Trick question. I have a Grundig. Oh, hold on. Timmy, I don't know if you saw the pictures. I'll pull them up. I drew this for Grandma, Elvis. Can't really see all the details, but you get the idea. And then I drew Nosferatu. Oh, come on, focus on it, please. Nosferatu. Oh my lord. Nosferatu for our mom. Is it too bright? I don't get it. You can see it. She posted it. If you're friends with my mom, you can go see it. I know Debbie is. I'm talking about other people. 03 graphic. Where's an 08? Kyle. I got it. Never mind. Don't put it in the chat. But yeah, so usually depending on what I'm drawing, I'll change up what exactly I put on for music. For like this music, this comic, the graphic novel, it's based off of Frank Sinatra, like an alternate universe of America with this character instead of Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack and Dean Martin and all that. So I'll listen. I like Dean Martin way more than Frank Sinatra. Hot take. Let's have a little group argument about that, but I like the sound of Dean Martin a little bit better, a lot of it better than Frankie Boy. Just a preference thing. I don't know. I like Frank Sinatra's songs, but I like the sound of Dean Martin more. Okay. Adding some little hair texture. So this guy, he's got white hair, so I don't get to do my cool inking for the hair. No one else commented about the Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra opinion. We're all in agreement then. Okay, so he's done. Black background for him. For him, yes. Now I have not put, the one thing I gotta put throughout this is like the thought boxes, which are square. And that just gives a little bit more context to, so Freddy's dialogue has these little boxes where it's like his internal thoughts. I think I'm just gonna add that after, like I'll do that in Photoshop. And I want to do like a typewriter text. It'd be better if I just typed it. There's like typewriter fonts you can use. Than like me trying to replicate a typewriter font by myself, by hand. You could. That's the one thing that like I wish there was an easier way to do it for graphic novels, because it's like you spend so much time on the art of the drawing and then you got to do the text. It's like, do you want to spend the same amount of time just picking the right type of font to write in? It's just so much work. So initially, like I said, I made an alphabet to type with, and it just like didn't look right. So for the dialogue itself, I'm going to retype it, or not type it, or I'm going to rewrite it in my handwriting. But something like the typewriter, I could just type, make a font, and then it'll look right. As you can tell, I'm not getting too close to the actual drawing with this brush because it's not as refined. I'm going to use this fancy brush. Just like that. Just watching all the other wet spots I have for ink. Can you still see that? Yeah, you can. I'll figure out a different... This is a better setup than you having to watch me ink it upside down, but I think you need to be closer to the paper. That'll be some homework for me, trying to figure it out. Like I said, I have been recording the inking I've been doing, which has been fun because I'm going to do sped up time-lapse videos. And that's interesting to watch. Okay. So if we're looking at the whole composition of this page and balancing of black and white, it's got too much black on it right now. And that's solely because I went against my initial plan and I made this all black when it should have been the bottles. So I'm going to try whiteouting the bottles on there. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, I gotta do a 5. No, wait. Gotta do the texture in the mustache, colored in. Now, the original one does not have these little highlights. This is something I'm going to have to add into the other frames, but like having some reflection on his mustache I think is important now. Okay. Okay. Grape. People on Mix are still watching. I'm almost done with today. I'll just do the one panel. Do that guy now. Start with a 5. 05, sorry. And something that I do in throughout the book is I'll have like frames separated. Right? I'll move my mic back. I'll have this frame separated, but when he's looking in the frame to the left, he's looking at the person he's talking to, even though in his world he'd be looking to the right, which I guess makes sense. Right, but that's something you can do when you're playing around with the like way you have your characters talking. Debbie's going to Super Dog. Have fun. That'll be fun. That'll be tasty. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Debbie always winning like radio contests. Switch to an 8. Again, as things are closer, man, that was a sneeze. As things are closer, the lines are thicker. So it can be subtle, like a subtle change from like an 05 to an 08, but it still has to happen. There we go. Okay. Oh, I just got white on my hand. Okay. Do the cool hair texture now. Oh, this pen is drying out. A little ink on there. Let's try the other one. Better. I wonder if I messed it up somehow. Okay, Okay, I'm doing the little hair texture here. Start with a line and then slowly add that texture back in. Right, and that makes it look like it's slicked black hair, right, with a little bit of shininess to it. Some people draw like his hair. Oh, the manager's hair is you draw the hair in there because it's white. You draw lines. This one you just suggest that it's got some texture to it. Am I still live? Did my video go out? No, I'm still good. I'm just double checking to make sure I'm good. Yeah, I think so. Oh, excuse me, gassy. Yeah. No, I'm good. All right. Keep going. Let's finish this up. Now you can imagine why it takes so long to finish a graphic novel. I'm just going in and adding textures. Oh, his teeth. Should he be eating a peanut? I'll have some little bits of peanuts flying around there. Ooh, maybe I'll have some like spitting out of his mouth. That'd be good. Yep. Good idea. A lot of the times, that's how it works with, at least for me when I'm working on a graphic novel. I'll have an idea of what I want it to look like, but I won't fully develop the idea until I start inking, and I'll start be like, oh, it'd be cool if, he was spitting out some peanut chunks. It'd be cool if this lamp was on in a scene or whatever. It just kind of progresses and develops as you're working. Can add in that shirt texture. And this tie. Okay, and I'll use a 5. Go a little bit thinner. Just some smaller details on the shirt. Switch into a graphic, a 1. And I bought a new set of these Microns. Unleashed Jigglypuff says hello. Hello, Unleashed Jigglypuff. Watching on Mixer. What's up? Send me some sparks. Send me some sparks, please. I just bought a new set. Oh, I just flew that. I just bought a new set of these Micron pens for this project specifically. I have a feeling I'll be ordering some more. very soon. Look at that chest hair back in there, literally just scribbling. He doesn't have chest hair in the other pictures. So I'm going to add it now. Again, continuity. Okay. I also draw multiple comics. Yeah, so I'm working on a 38-page graphic novel that I wrote. This is just one of the scenes from it. Boom! Look at that. Now following. Thank you. There's one of the scenes from it. So I've been inking this today. Thank you for joining. I'm actually going to be, once I'm done with this, I'm going to stop streaming for the day. I just wanted to finish this up. Boom. Mrs. OEF is now hosting. Auto-hosting us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Check out this new setup. I don't have as a professional setup as Mrs. OEF now that I know she's watching, but I like the overhead camera thing you got. You should see what my desk looks like right now. But it's there. It's working. Jigglypuff made their own superhero. Right on. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Yeah, I do that. Yeah. Yeah. It's 5:30. I went over. Oh, well. Okay. Bottles. And then, so I'm going to draw the bottles in this frame. You can't even see what I'm working on. That needs to, the ink needs to get in there. I don't know why that's not. I'll put it right there. Maybe that'll work. I'll use the other brush. My superhero is a human and randomly turns into Jigglypuff. That sounds like Jigglypuff, though. Is that not just Jigglypuff? For those of you just joining, I'm going to ink, put some bottles behind him from this background, and then I'm going to try drawing negatively those bottles on here with whiteout because I messed it up. I did the wrong thing. Okay? All right. Bottles. Get my handy-dandy ruler again. Now, I'll just do one row, maybe. Yeah. One row, so it's right between his head. Right there. Oh, that's a brush. I don't want the brush. Can I get a graphic in the chat? One. You work for yourself, right on. That's a good way to work. You don't post your comics, okay. All right. I think he said he doesn't want to share. Yeah, that's all good. No one's ever seen this comic, but I'm planning on, once I finish it, I'd like to get it printed because it is pretty extensive as a graphic novel. I think it's got a pretty interesting story, and I like the way I draw. Maybe other people will like it too. So once it's done, I finished. Like I said, this is a 40-page comic because I have to add a couple pages here and there. But this is only part one of the story. I wrote a whole story. This is half of it. I intended it to be, part one, part two. But I could at least release part one. Thank you. Love how I work with expression. Yeah, so like, I was talking a little about that. So this is like what I drew in 2018 or 2017, I think. 2018, 2017. So this is the same, this is what I drew. And now I'm just going back and I'm able to revise how the characters look, add a little bit more context in there, right? So it's the same guy. His face changed a little bit, but I like the original art too. So like this is how he originally looked. And then now I'm just going in and redefining him. So you'll get it, that it shifts, but... Yeah, it is. I mean, I was talking about like the levels of detail. Like this is how I draw normally. Here was Lemmy. I drew this the other day for 8th of May for Motorhead. So if I drew the whole comic like that, I'd have to redo it. I'd have to redraw the entire thing. So like, here's a perfect example of like, this is a panel that I really got frustrated with. This picture right here, right? Totally doesn't look like the guy. Right? But then I redid it so that it fits. Right? So it makes more sense now. So I'm just going back and I'm revising the page. Yeah, they're gritty. That's for sure. Okay. I'm going to use a 5 for the bottles. They're a little or maybe I'll use an 8. Use an 8. Yeah, I'll use an 8. Okay, right? Just a little more context. So again, it's too, I was talking about like, because I'm using black and white, I'm not using any colors or grayscale. You have to consider how you balance the black on the page. Right now it's very heavy up here because that shouldn't have been painted black. I did it, knew I messed up, but you just got to roll with the punches. So I'm going to try to do this texture behind him with the bottles up there, but just with a my whiteout pen. So we'll see how that goes. But then it'll be a little bit more balanced. So now I'm going to add my labels onto my bottles. Right. Okay, so my labels are there, and now I'll go in with. We'll keep the 5, and I just kind of scribbled on them to make it look like there's something on the bottle. All right, some font, a logo, but real gestural, because I don't really that's not the important part. The important part is the characters in the scene. Okay, and then I'll take this brush and I'll go in and just add some like reflections. To kind of suggest the shape of the bottle. Right, I think that's all of it. Do some on the neck. Getting some messages. Okay. All right. Yeah, that looks done to me. I will have to fix this. So let's try to whiteout draw this. I don't really know how this is gonna go. But we will. Let's just see. I'm looking at my left. I'm just looking at the other pictures I have. I gotta go blow my nose. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'm gonna sneeze again. Okay. All right. Could paint work? Yeah. Paint could work. I don't know if the ink will stick to it the right way. But I have this big Presto whiteout thing. And like, okay, you weren't here when I did this. Yeah, paper cutout overlay. So that's what I might just do. And I can show that. That's pretty easy. That's a good idea. I'm going to do that. But like this, the peanuts, you can see that like reflection. Maybe? Yeah. So I had to white out all the peanuts because when I first did it, they looked like leaves. I'm going to do the paper cutout thing. That'll be easier. And I can use one of these. I won't use that. I can use this paper. No. You didn't mess me up, but it's easier than the whiteout drawing. And I've got this fancy tool I can show off. If I can find it. Or no, I just had... Yeah, I'll just use an X-Acto blade. Or a razor blade, sorry. And then I'll get just knocking stuff over in my studio. You won't risk all that work that way and still try it? Yeah. Well, if the paper doesn't work, you can still use whiteout. Yeah, exactly. The paper will work. I've done it before. Here, I'll show you what I did. So again, I've been rambling to myself about like having to. So like, here's another page from that scene. So like this didn't look like that. I cut out. Right. I cut out the parts that I drew terribly in the past. Like even this floor didn't look like that. It was just scratches. So I cut out those little bits. So when I scan it, you won't tell the difference. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to cut the background out. And then I'll just put white paper behind it. And then I can draw it correctly. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm doing. You're an expert. I have a needle in there because I was stitching up some bow ties earlier. And I'm just using this is a back of one of the Bristol papers that I kept for this reason, so I can cut it out. Be careful. Don't try this at home. You see what I'm doing? Oh no, you can't. This is your world. I try. I wouldn't say I occupy this world. Alright. I don't know if I need to press so hard. This paper's not that thick. Making sure I'm not cutting my finger. If I cut my finger and get blood all over the thing, then I'll have to start over. And that wouldn't be fun because I've been working on this all day. Not all day, but for like 3 hours. And now I'm just going to cut out the bubble. I'll redraw that. I'm going to cut the whole thing out so just the figure is there. I don't want to lose the figure because I'm happy with the way that looks. But I'm not going to try to keep that text bubble. And he'll just have a thick outline. That's all good. I could either white out that if I want. Ow. I didn't cut my finger. Red looks good with black and white. Yeah. It does pop out. That's a lot of my art. I don't really use a lot of color. I like the way. I need to like tape this or something. I can't grip it. Duct tape. See that? Made a tool. What was I saying? I don't use a lot of color, but sometimes I use red. And it does, it pops out. Okay. Yeah, you have to So even when I do sculptures, I very seldomly use color. I just keep it the color of the clay, and I just add black. But I just recently painted all these clowns on my sculptures. I just put clown makeup on it. That was pretty cool. All right, boom. So this is how you can edit without Photoshop. That's garbage now, or I'll use it for something. But now I can take this. I wish I had my paper cutter here. If I had my paper cutter, I could cut these super nice and fast. I'll use a pair of scissors. Okay. And then what I'll do, let me put this razor blade away before I catch it on my elbow. I'm notorious for injuring myself on accident, so let's not do that today. Put it away. All right. It's all dry. Yeah. I'll move this. I don't need this anymore. I didn't want to do that. You know, it's not that I didn't want to do that, but that's just like I was like, oh, that's a lot of work. But thank you for telling me to do that, because that was a much better choice. Put some blue tape on it. Hold it in place. The whiteout is just like, that was my way of being lazy and trying to fix it. And I feel like I would have just ended up doing what I just did. Either way. Okay. Boom. Like that. Got a blank spot. I'll even take a little tape. And tape this part, and this is just so that while I'm drawing it stays flat, but I will take that off when I scan it. Okay, so error gone. Look at that. Okay, so again, the reason why I did, if anyone's still watching when I started, I think there might be some 100 messages today in the Restream chat. What's up? You got to think about the overall balance of your composition when you do graphic novels in black and white. So I've got black here, I've got black here. They balance each other out. In this panel, it's pretty balanced where it's got the black, and then there's a lot of black details on this character. So these two things balance out. And then here, again, I've got a figure, but then I'll have the bottle background, and it'll just keep it neutral. Right? So, and that's the thing with all of these panels. It doesn't have to be balanced across, but like, so for example, this one, I have a lot of black in the bottom left corner area, and then it lightens up in the top right. I don't want the whole thing solid black. I don't want the whole thing white. I want that balance of what's called contrast, right? The two opposites. And that's something that when I started doing comics, I could have learned how to use colors and stuff. I just was, when I draw with black and white, it just makes sense to me when I draw like what needs to be where. His pants need to be black. Continuity. Good thing I was talking about that. I'll do that. No, I'll do that now. Good thing I was running my mouth about that. Yep. That's the biggest hurdle for me with keeping my old art and like going off it is I gotta remember what I drew. So I just like look at it every once in a while. Yeah, this is a Micron brush pen. Super nice. This one's not rechargeable or ink. Like you can't put a... Jeez, I butchered that. You can't put an ink cartridge in and refill it. Not refillable, there we go. But the sets are relatively cheap. I like the other ones because they're... You can recharge them. Put ink cartridges in. Sweet. Okay, there you go. Boom. Okay. Let's finish this up and call it a day. I'll do the bottles again. All right, I'm going to get my T-square out. I'm going to draw, let's see. I think the counter would be in this shot. Because it's kind of like looking down at him. Yeah, the counter's got to be in the shot. So I'll add that first. No, there's the counter. I'll add his glass. And I'm just adding in the... Oh, you can't see that. I was working on the frame. The little reflections from the glass. Right? So on the table he's got, you can see in the background, there's a little glass there. And what I'll do is, I'll take this white out. And I'll make that really like thick outline on him. I'll thin it out so that you can't tell that it was a cutout. And I'll clean it up when I scan it in Photoshop even further. This tool is super cool. Again, just got another one of these in the mail today. Just in time. They last a long time. I had the first one I bought and when I started it in 2017. See? Now you can't even tell. Look at that. Alright, let's do these bottles. We'll let that dry for a second. Take a sip. Yeah. Okay. Now I'll do the back of the counter, or the bottles. Is that dry yet? Nope, not yet. Don't rush it, Garrett. Don't mess it up. Zachary never responded to... Oh, yeah, he did. He was on that walk. Never wanted to join my chat, my stream. He said he was going to. Go on it, drive faster. I had to tape the stand down. I'm using a... if anyone was curious how I set up this wonderful overhead camera. I'm using a telescope tripod. Parents gave it to me. I need to get like an actual one. Just letting it dry. All right. Ooh. Okay, so it's like right between his head. And then his shoulders is where the other one is. And that should be good. The other one will be the top one. Okay. Oh, I need to make it. Oops. There we go. Got our shelves. I'll take my pen and color it in. Again, continuity. Oh, I'm drawing out of the frame again. Just like that. Yeah, so you can already tell, right, that middle row of white and then black on the edges, it balances it. Okay, I'll use a 5 for the bottles again. Right now I just start with the outline shapes. And I'm just looking at the placement of bottles on the other frames to see what makes sense. Just like that. Okay. And then I think there's another row above them. Yeah, there's 4 rows. And then I'll do another one. And then it'll be easy because it'll just be the top. That same, I'm using a 505. Just adding the little bottom parts of the bottle. The little mold grips. Can't add anything there. Okay, I'll take an 808 size. And I'll add the labels again. Okay, there's all my labels. And I'll use the 5 again. Or no, yeah, I'll use the 5. No, I'll use the 3. And I'll just add some scribbles on it to make it look like it's got some labels or something. And nothing detailed, just whatever looks right. I'm doing some like closed shapes and then just scribbles across it. Oh. Okay. So there's my bottles. Now I'll go in for the last part with the brush. And I'll add the little reflections from the lights in the bar. Just the little glass bottle reflections. To just suggest that it's made out of a material that's not just flat, right? Right? Boom, I got my bottles. Okay, and then the one thing I need to add is my voice bubble. Forgot to draw it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one out. Unleashed Jigglypuff said they just finished their 4th comic. Good job. Right on. Cutting out my... Can you see what I'm doing? Cutting out my voice bubble that I originally drew. I'm going to use a little rubber cement, get a little mixed media on this string. I'm going to glue it on. Made it so my character had a watch with a J and a T. What you said? Okay. So now I've got my little voice bubble to go back in there. So what I'll do is take a little Elmer's Rubber Cement, not a sponsor. You can use hot glue too, but this will be a little bit neater. Put a little smear on there. And then find a good placement for it. I think that looks good. So I'll hold it down while it dries. The J turns him into Jigglypuff when he presses it. Nice. Nice. T teleports. Wow, a lot of powers in that watch. See? And that is how you ink a full page for graphic novels. So again, I think time is up for me now. I finished this. We have something to show for the day's work. I'll be streaming again. What day did I put? Let's see. I'll be streaming again Thursday. Working on the ink novel some more. The graphic novel some more. And then Friday I'll do some how to photo edit in Photoshop with the ink drawings. So I'll actually show you how to take a picture like this, scan it with your... I'm going to use my phone because I don't have a scanner here. I have it at work, but not here. So I'll show you a couple apps that I use, how to take a picture, scan it, what I do on my phone, and then I will show you how to edit it via Photoshop and how you can turn it into a digital file to print or to post online. Cool? That is it for me today. That is our work that we did. Very proud of it. Yeah, I'll see you all later this week. Any other questions before I sign off for the day? Checking? No? All right. Thank you all for joining. Again, if you want to see what streams are up or what is planned for this week, go to creativets.org/live. And you can see a full list of what we're doing this week. We might be adding some. I'll be shifting some things around, so always check that. You can also check us out on social media. Follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, and you can stay up to date with what we do. All right, thank you. Thanks for joining with me today. Adios.
We are a nonprofit that's helping combat-disabled veterans heal through the arts and music. Our art programs in Chicago and California help combat-disabled veterans tell their story through art. We enroll them into the best art institutes in the country. We pay for their tuition, their housing, their food all 3 weeks so that they can finally tell their story through art. We also bring combat-disabled veterans to Nashville, to places and rooms like this here at the Grand Ole Opry, to tell their story for the first time with pro songwriters all about the things that they went through that they never been able to talk about before. These programs have been extremely successful in helping veterans combat their PTSD. Right now, CreatiVets has more veterans applying for our programs than we do funding. So if you can go to creativets.org and donate, we would appreciate it.